Um,
Not that.
this one. Yeah, there we go. Alright, sorry. I realized that the mic was on the wrong setting. It wasn't on mute. I'm mute, I just had the mic on the wrong thing. But, as I was saying, here we are. The final planning for the current leader. This has come here very quickly. And I am shocked that we are already at this stage already. Time has flew by so quickly. And we only got one more checkup to go. That's still happening on Friday. Not the stream, not, we're doing it now. There's no choice in the rescheduling. Here, today was the only alternative I've got. So here we are. The transfer. Now, due to this being a transfer one, no color competition, expert color competition, it's just going to be transfer stuff. This is going to be big. And current leader better be watching or watching it back. If you cannot make it live, I definitely recommend watch it back. You have to see this. Because it has all the transfer info. So, should we get started? Alright. Let's go here. We're using this. We will always use this. And I'll actually make it easier for you to copy down current leader. And I'll copy and paste all the stuff that I type in this section under the video live stream description, so you can copy them down because you need to know this, because this is a very important process. We are here at the transfer meeting. This is not playing around, we're gonna get this right. So, we should get started. So, first thing we are going to do is we are going to create the time table. So this is going to be what you'll be doing during the transfer. Now, I did say things have changed, and they did. So we're mentioning them, the updated ones, all here. So, you can choose how much time you want, but here's the thing, you gotta make time to do every single thing on this timetable. Because I'm not sure whether yeah, there all week. So you gotta choose the time, not very quickly. Otherwise you won't go through the things. Like you gotta have time to do like all of them. So, the first thing is just group basics. As in what is the group meant for? All of that sort of stuff. I think that's a great beginner one. A great beginner one, so yeah. Number one page. What the group is all about. That should be an easy one. Get done very quickly. Alright, number 2 is group rules. Announce on the rules that be done to the leader that you're transferring to. So depending on what rules you put in place, and with add-ons to my ones that I did, you gotta tell them to the new leader so they know what they are, so that the leader doesn't get in trouble themselves. So group rules are quite an important one. 3. Group meetings. It's not as you think it is. It's like this. So they gather the whole group together for a meeting to discuss plans for the future of the group. That's how I did it. That's how it should be, and that's how you should say it. So, group meetings, you know what, I should just think about it. Alright. Number 4 is task management. You gotta make sure you send tasks out to the group for engagement for the group. Tasks are a fun way to play with the group and have fun. Because we don't want it all too serious all the time. Tasks are there to make it more enjoyable. So that's quite an important one. Number 5 is group roles. This one's basically a simple one. I might flip these two around. Group roles should be number 4. I don't think that should be fair. So let's go to group roles. So group roles is basically another simple one. Just going through the list of roles and making sure that you tell the new leader that you put the members in the correct role. I'll put the role list in another section. We'll get to that very soon. And then we got task management. We already got through that. 6. Next, we got warning system. Warning systems you have to use correctly. So if a member is misbehaving in the group, you can give them a warning and you can actually set a maximum, like I think it used to be 3, but I probably increased it to 5. So it's the maximum. I don't think that's a good one. Should be any higher. So if the leaders don't get these, the leader warning system is actually next on the list. It's a separate thing. So let's go back to warnings. So if a member is misbehaving, a warning, if they get the maximum amount of warnings, which is 5 warnings, well, you can update the maximum. But we use 5 as an example. If they get 5 warnings, which is the maximum, like, depending on how bad the situation is, like, the punishment isn't that big, it's just sit out of the group for a certain amount of time. We'll go through that a lot more because you need to use them correctly. Alright, let's move on. Number 7. Leaders caution. Let's go over this. Leaders caution. Leaders caution is when a leader, when a group leader does something against the leader rules, they get this. And don't worry, they get cleared. They get cleared every day. So good. But in a day, if you get the leader gets 3 leaders cautions, they will be kicked out of the leader's role. You do not want to get those. That they're there. So be mindful about these and be very careful on what leader you pick. Number 8. We got privacy. Photos used to be a rule, but it's not relevant anymore because you actually cannot do that anymore. It has a new rules. But privacy is definitely something that should be mentioned in this transfer. It's very important. And I'll be discussing a little bit more about it. Go on. Alright. Then comes the end. Number 9 is group history. This one was optional on the plannings, but we need to go over it definitely in the transfer. It's definitely a must do on the transfer, otherwise people will forget the history of this group. And that's not something that we want to forget. So group history is a must do for this tour. And then we got 10, which is the final one. End of an era. So step number 10 must be on your final week. So you gotta be mindful on how quick and what speed you do these, but this one must on your last week, end of an era. That means you have successfully completed your transfer, and then your leadership will now be complete on this day. So, that's the timetable there. Now, let's go over these a bit more. So, let's go with timings. The timings, the timing requirement for this transfer. For one turn, for one section, the max is 1 week. Max is 1 week, and mum then is minimum is minimum is 2 school days. 1 school week, and minimum is 2 school days. And then I discussed this before, but we're going to put it here. End of era must be must be done end of an era must You must be at end of an era on the last week of term. Yeah, yeah, I definitely said that there. If that's not the case, then you have failed the transfer. This has got to be last on the list. And you got to do everything on time, so you get up to it. You got all term to do it. And then you got to make sure you get the ideas. So, let's go over each individual section one by one. So we'll go with basics. Start and then go down the line. So basically this is group day 6. What and what the group is about. That's basically all for basics. Now, group roles. So, we're gonna place them in order. We got 1, which is the top role. It's actually not leading. It's actually the role that I'm in currently, called tip advisor. Tip advisor. And then we got the leader. And then we got this. Alright. That's the only roles at the moment. If you're playing that more, please talk to get in touch with one of the group tip advisor, whether it's me or your old leader, that we gotta get notified about it, especially me, so I can add it on the list for whoever gets transferred next, because they need to know this stuff. Alright, next. Next on the list. Actually, we got that wrong. That's group rules was actually number 2. So the group basically mention all of the group rules. Mention all the group rules. Now, probably know them, though well, you don't know the groups that was that you added because I didn't get notified much during these checkups. But you gotta mention them all, including ones you add, including my ones as well. Group meeting. Group meetings is basically what I'm gonna type here. So, gather the whole group together to talk about future the group. That's basically what you're gonna tell basically what you're gonna tell to the new leader. Roles, got the group roles. Actually, gotta put what they do. So, supervisor. Basically, the ones who are making, no, in charge of group dates. In charge of group updates, leader. Leads the, yeah, group. And members, what should we put here? Them is of the members of the group. Right. Task management. Manage. So basically, talk about what task you want. Task. Uh, uh, group names that you can use to to engage with the, the group. So task list I have set up is a part of task management. Where challenge. We've got card, play, nice. Oh, that one's a look. And we got the object hunt. Those are the classic ones that I did. They're in order. So that's all task management. Warning. Warning system. Give this map the they don't rules. Members rules. But if member reaches the max amount of warning, they get get time out from the group. And that's something I didn't mention. If used incorrectly, you will receive save a leadership. Alright, so that's warning system. Leaders caution. If leader doesn't follow follow leadership lines. Oh my goodness, what is guideline? Then they then the leader will receive this these. They get cleared every day. Every one day. that if the leader gets 3 of these, then they will get kicked out of the leader's role. You gotta be careful with the privacy. Make sure. Wait, what's the right way of putting it? Make sure you respect the person person's privacy. Whether it is video winning, you gotta ask for permission to that and make sure that they allowed. Video thing is the main example, and also make sure that them that is um oh I know that's spelled wrong. Totally uncomfortable. I think that's well, obviously you gotta do more than what's added on the list. This is what's gonna help you. This is to help you with the transfer. Group theory. So basically, history of the group. Um, no. When to what is now? Do all you need to do. At the end of an era, means transfer is complete. And your step is is it. Alright. I'm gonna look through, see if there's anything else I need to add. In basically don't just go off of what this exactly says. This is to help you This is to guide you on this transfer so you know what to do. This is to help you. If you just read off what's on here, then the new leader is gonna get nothing from that. This is to help you. This is not to say use this to help you during transfer because you will need this. Alright. Anything I'm missing? I recommend you do this in the order that it says. Right. I mention all. Okay, listen. Rules from the start and once you add the in the task list. Alright, here's something I have. Yeah. Make sure your rules are not too not too much. Basically not too harsh. Because if you make too harsh rules, then people aren't gonna be doing for much longer. Alright, anything else? Oh, I forgot to mention how long they last. They are basically the same as leading portion. They get every 1 day. Not from you got the warning, like when it reaches midnight, it automatically removes it. Let's add that there for both of these. Midnight. Same with this one. Midnight. I put videoing as a video slash photos. Photos. Well, basically, any form of online just ask whether or not they are okay with that. That's the best way of putting it. Make sure the member is comfortable. It started to what it is now. So basically, first leader that's just an example. First leader, first task created. How many leaders have there been? How many leaders have the group? These are just examples. You can use them that add more. And at the end of an era, transfer is complete and your leadership is completed. So once you reach this, transfer is over, and here's your leadership. Another thing to note, I'll put it up here. Make sure you pick the right leader for the group. Because every group's gonna have a good leader, right? Well, for me, when I did my transfer, I think my decision was quite easy. Just because this leader that they got right now, was more experienced in the group than other members that were in during my leadership. So it was basically an easy decision, but you gotta make sure you pick the right one. Alright. Oh, we've basically almost gone an hour. That's absolutely perfect. Alright. I think we may be done here. Let me check the sound. Alright. I think. Sorry about that. I don't think we are done. Sorry, I didn't see my face. Yeah, my camera is a bit wacky, but I think we are done. So, I suggest, current leader, if you cannot read this, I'll put it in the video description so you can copy literally all of this, all this from this section down, because you would definitely need this. Because transfer is not easy. It's definitely not. So you will need this guide to help you. Don't say exactly what's on this. As I said before, use this as a guide. So I'm gonna, this is a guide for your birth. And then make sure you pick the right leader for the group. Alright. And I'll make sure. Don't copy. Don't copy. You know what? This is a guide for your transfer. Do not put this out. Alright. So, yeah. I think we are done. So, yeah. Still recommend you watch this. And then also look at the description. And copy this down. This will be your guide for your transfer. Alright. This is it. This is the last one. Planning phase. Done. It is done. So, the next time you will see one of these streams, you will have a new leader. And then I'll get the current leader during the last group checkup to rate how the leadership leader, this person's leadership went. You gotta be honest. True. And then I want to hear all of the stuff that you did in that checkup, because the next load of checkups will be transfer talk. So I'll be helping you the way, but still use this. Alright. So my last words for this current leader before I sign off is good luck on transfer, and I hope you have a great leadership overall throughout your whole leadership of the group. Alright, time to sign off now. So, yeah, it's wild that we got here to the stage. So, yeah, yeah. So it's taking me to process that we are actually up to the stage. Time has definitely flew by. So, yeah. So, message to the current leader. I hope you enjoyed the leadership experience and good luck on transfer.